I'm just coming from the shop and I had a realization and I wanted to share it with you. There are states of being, states of consciousness, vibration and frequency where we find ourselves, and it is from those that we are present. So if you don't have the awareness about from which stage you're coming from, then that will mean prisoner to that frequency. And if you are holding a victim mentality, a separation, a duality mentality, you will be at a different state of being and point. If you compare yourself to a moment where you have a realization, a moment of pure love to yourself, a moment you are at peace with your own being, and being at peace with your own being is what is going to allow you to be at peace with the world. And being at peace means just for a moment letting go of all those limitations and transcend them, and know that they are just illusory, that you're being at that point delusional. I feel like this concept of self-growth and self-development, I get angry at it because you're coming from that state of being where you're lacking something. But it is true that sometimes you have the awareness that you are at a lower state of being where you are sort of pushing, and sometimes it's a bit of information that allows you to make that transition and to come into yourself. And it's by changing your state of being internally that you are gonna have the opportunity to come back to yourself, and that being reflected externally. Because again, that's the paradox, that's the unity consciousness actually, that there's no separation. But how come you get caught into the analytical mind and make this false illusion? You create a trap for yourself. That's something being recognized inside myself that gets angry, and I'm being triggered by that. And if I'm being triggered by that, it means that there's something that I'm being aware of that sets me free from that limitation. But it is true that you get to find yourself in different states of being, and that's how the growth happens immediately. And that's how the healing can happen immediately as well, which is the most wonderful thing if you think about it. Just having the awareness, shining some light into that, can actually heal you. That's again the paradox. This paradigm of healing all of the time and coming from a place where you actually identify yourself with not being healed. The thing is, if you don't make that point of awareness, if you don't come at that place, then you won't be able to have the internal experience in order to realize that there was no sickness in the first place to begin with. So be mindful when you're reading stuff, when you're watching stuff, when you're talking with people, of what you let in. Because you will, if you don't mind yourself, you will get caught in the drama, into the chaos and the not being enough, and then you take that to be yours. Be at ease with your own presence. And what emerges from that is the truth. And that truth is your truth. And it's only a realization that you have within the unity consciousness. So we are awareness of a state of consciousness. That's why this is a paradox sometimes. To transcend your limitations, you need to acknowledge all of the time that you are having an experience, but you need to bring your presence into that experience. Otherwise, my friend, you're gonna get caught in the mind again and again. And are you wanting that? Are you wanting to suffer? I'm not saying don't experience, I'm saying you can live fully and conscious, which gives you a much better experience, an experience without such suffer, and more detached experience. And again, a paradox, when you detach, you get to experience the full thing, because the part that is trying to be attached is the one that isn't feeling, that is not part of. So when you let go of that, you are part of everything. And again, that's just a state of consciousness, a realization, a seeing that can't be explained any other way. It keeps showing up that when you're aligned with your heart, and when you notice that your internal state of being is a bit stirred up, when you come back into your heart, into yourself, into your present, how things instantly shift. And that's why we call it the shift as well, right? Because you come from a certain state of being to another one in just an instant of awareness. And that instance of awareness is just in this timeless space. So you, my friend, you can shift and create. This is all just energy in this present moment. Mind the quality of the video, I don't care, because what I care about is seeing you, and I thank you kindly for being here. Much love. See you in the next one.